How smart are dolphins? Really? We often hear they're intelligent, but what does that actually mean? Are we talking about clever tricks they learn in aquariums, or is there something deeper going on in those big brains? Well, get ready to have your mind blown, because the science behind dolphin intelligence is even more incredible than you might think. Let us dive deep into the world of these amazing marine mammals and find out just how close their cognitive abilities are to our own. First, let's talk about something incredibly rare in the animal kingdom: self-awareness. You know that moment when you look in the mirror and know you're looking at yourself. Most animals don't have that. They see another animal and might react with fear or aggression. But dolphins, they get it. When scientists put marks on dolphins' bodies where they could only see them in a mirror, the dolphins would swim right up to the mirror and twist and turn to get a better look at the mark. This isn't just vanity. It's a sign of a sophisticated sense of self, an understanding that the reflection is me. This ability, known as the mirror test, is something they share with a very exclusive club: great apes, elephants, and us humans. It suggests they have a concept of their own identity and their own body, which is a fundamental building block for higher intelligence. Think about how you introduce yourself. You use your name, right? Dolphins do something remarkably similar. They have what scientists call signature whistles. Each dolphin develops its own unique whistle within the first few months of life. And this whistle acts just like a name. When dolphins get separated, they'll call out their signature whistle to announce their presence, like shouting, "Hey, it's me, Sarah." And other dolphins can mimic a friend's signature whistle to call them over, essentially saying, "Hey, Sarah, where are you?" It's a complex and personalized communication system. But it doesn't stop there. Their language is a symphony of clicks, whistles, and body language. They use different frequencies and patterns to convey all sorts of information, from warnings about predators to instructions for hunting. Researchers are still trying to decode this complex language, but it's clear that it's far more than just random squeaks. They're having detailed conversations out there, and we're only just beginning to listen in. Now, let's move on to their problem-solving abilities. Dolphins are natural-born strategists. In the wild, they've been observed using incredibly clever and coordinated hunting techniques. One famous method is called mudnet fishing. A group of dolphins will work together, with one dolphin swimming in a circle, kicking up a ring of mud with its tail. This muddy cloud traps fish inside, who then panic and leap out of the water to escape right into the waiting mouths of the other dolphins. This requires teamwork, planning, and communication. It's not just instinct. It's a learned strategy passed down through generations. In controlled experiments, they've shown they can solve complex puzzles to get a reward, sometimes even figuring out shortcuts that the researchers hadn't anticipated. Their ability to think outside the box and adapt their strategies is on par with some of the most intelligent primates. And what about tools? For a long time, we thought humans were the only species that used tools. We now know that's not true, and dolphins are on the list of animal tool users. In Shark Bay, Australia, a population of bottlenose dolphins has been observed doing something remarkable. They tear a marine sponge from the seafloor and fit it over their rostrum or beak. Why? To protect their noses while they're foraging for food on the rocky, abrasive ocean floor. This behavior, called sponging, is a learned skill passed down almost exclusively from mothers to their calves. It is a perfect example of using an object from the environment to make a task easier and safer. It shows foresight, learning, and cultural transmission, the passing of knowledge from one generation to the next. This isn't just a cute trick, it's a genuine culture of tool use deep beneath the waves. Intelligence isn't just about logic and problem solving, it's also about emotion. And this is where dolphins truly shine. They form incredibly strong, long-lasting social bonds. They have best friends, form alliances, and work together not just for hunting, but for protection and social interaction. They play, they tease, and they seem to experience a range of emotions we can relate to. Scientists have witnessed dolphins showing what looks like grief, staying with deceased companions for days, trying to nudge them back to life. They've also shown clear signs of empathy. There are countless stories of dolphins helping injured members of their pod, or even helping other species, including humans, who are in distress in the water. This capacity for complex social relationships and emotional connection is a hallmark of high intelligence. It shows they're not just operating on instinct, they're navigating a complex social world filled with friendships, rivalries, and family ties, much like we do. Finally, their ability to learn from and interact with humans is astounding. Anyone who has seen a dolphin show knows they can learn complex routines, but their understanding goes much deeper. Researchers working with trained dolphins have found that they can understand a basic form of grammar. For example, they can understand the difference between take the ball to the hoop and take the hoop to the ball. This requires them to understand not just the words for the objects, but also the syntax, the order of the words that changes the meaning of the command. They can learn hundreds of words, follow gestural commands from a distance, and even distinguish between objects based on subtle differences in shape, color, or texture. They are incredibly quick learners, often figuring out what's being asked of them with just a few repetitions. This ability to bridge the communication gap between species showcases their flexible and powerful cognitive abilities. So, when we ask how smart dolphins are, the answer is incredibly smart. They possess a level of self-awareness, linguistic complexity, problem-solving skill, and emotional depth that is rarely seen in the animal world. They have culture, they use tools, and they build complex societies. They're not just swimming around on autopilot. They are thinking, feeling, and conscious beings who are constantly learning and adapting. Studying dolphins not only gives us a glimpse into another brilliant mind on this planet, But it also challenges our own ideas about what intelligence is and where we can find it. The next time you see a dolphin, remember you're not just looking at an animal. You're looking at one of the most intelligent, social, and emotionally complex creatures on Earth. Thanks for watching, and if you found this fascinating, make sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the wonders of the natural world.